Hi everyone, welcome back to the genxauntie. If you are new here, I am Zia Mara Moselle, and this channel is all about exploring goddess archetypes to help women like you embrace midlife transformation, spiritual growth, and the power of conscious aging. Today we're going to be diving into one of the most fascinating goddess archetypes, Athena, the goddess of wisdom, strategy, and courage. Athena embodies the essence of the strategic mind, the independent spirit, and the wise warrior that's within all of us. If you're feeling stuck or uncertain about your next steps in life, Athena can inspire you to reconnect with your inner power and your clarity. But Athena isn't just a mythical figure. She's an archetype, which is basically a universal symbol that lives within all of us, especially those of us navigating big life transitions. Mid in midlife, the Athena archetype can help us make wise decisions, like standing firm in our values and courageously face challenges head on. So, let's talk a little bit about some of her key traits and how they show up, and see if you resonate with being an Athena auntie. So, one, her wisdom and intellect. Now, Athena's wisdom is not just about knowledge, but it's about understanding how to apply that knowledge effectively in midlife. That means trusting your intuition and experience to guide your decisions. So think about times that you solved the problem not by brute force, but by strategy and insight. So that's your inner Athena at work. Two, strategic thinking. Athena was a master strategist in both war and in peace. So this trait reminds us to approach our challenges with a clear plan rather than reacting impulsively. And if you're facing a big change, whether it's a career shift, a relationship decision, or a personal transformation, this Athena archetype encourages you to pause and assess the situation and move forward with intention. Three, courage and independence. Athena's courage isn't about physical battles. It's about the inner strength to stand alone when needed and to pursue your goals without fear. And for many of us, midlife is a time to reclaim our independence and redefine what success and fulfillment looks like. So if you were like that corporate girly, you were the lawyer, you were the executive, you were the chief financial officer, if you were the entrepreneur, if you're still doing these things, if you're all about getting that bag and making that money, and you love to live in the city, and you love that hustle and bustle, and you like being or working around the big boys, the big wigs in the big boys club, you like climbing that corporate ladder, then you will definitely relate to Athena auntie archetype. So her education and work, women aunties who embody the Athena archetype are often drawn to, like I said, careers that have intellect, strategy, and problem solving. So, like I said, the lawyers and the executives and chief financial officers and entrepreneurs. And you probably excelled in roles like leadership, law, education, and science. Oh, yeah, I forgot about science. So, if you're a scientist, a doctor, even a medical tech, forensics, and basically in school, if you resonated with this archetype, you probably love to debate, solve puzzles, and take on leadership roles in academic or extracurricular settings. So you were probably also very bossy and told everybody what to do. But that was your archetype. That's who you are. And basically like your thirst for knowledge, and you had a strong, or you still may have a strong work ethic that makes you like a high achiever, and there's nothing wrong with that. So growing up as an Athena archetype, you probably felt like you were an old soul because you always had a plan. You likely gravitated towards big intellectual pursuits. You probably like to read a lot, watch history, tell everybody what to do, and we're often like independent. You preferred your books and learning over like going outside to play with your friends, maybe. And in relationships, Athena aunties are like loyal and dependable, but may struggle with like being emotionally vulnerable because you're so in your head, you're so left brain, and emotions and intuition usually are right brain or like deep in your gut, and you trust your mind more so than your brain. You value your friendships that challenge you intellectually, and you are probably the advisor of your social group. So a lot of your friends may come to you and ask you, about what do you think about this, or how do you think I should navigate that, or yeah, you're definitely a problem solver. But sometimes your logical approach can make you seem distant or unapproachable to more of your like emotionally driven friends. So if you have friends that are very soft and sensitive and you're very left brain, you're like, okay, this is what you need to do. You do this, boom, 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 boom. And then when you talk to these emotionally softer friends, they may feel like, wow, you're cold and you didn't really take into account my feelings. And if you were a character on TV, you would probably be a Vulcan. So, so let's talk about some of the strengths or psychological challenges you may have as an Athena auntie. 1, overthinking and analysis paralysis. Athena aunties, like I said, rely on intellect and strategy, and you can definitely overthink and have difficulty making decisions because you look at things from so many different angles. Okay, well, what about this? Well, what about that? You have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, and you ruminate, let them mull over in your mind for a really long time. So you may have problems making decisions. 2, emotional detachment. Again, we spoke about you're very in your mind and you're very logic focused, and you may neglect your emotions, leading to like struggles and forming like deep emotional connections, and that can also be in your relationships. You kind of see emotions as not a handicap, not a hindrance, but something you may not afford yourself because you may feel vulnerable. It may make you feel weak, and you rely heavily on your thought processes. 3, perfectionism and control. Your high standards can make it hard to like delegate or accept like imperfections, which will cause burnout. So you have to be very mindful of trying to do everything yourself. You can trust others around you to do things for you, to delegate, because you will probably not have people around you who you don't respect and who you don't think that are capable of being on the same level as you. So it's okay because you don't want to burn out. So let's talk about some of the midlife challenges the Athena auntie archetype has. So as you know, midlife brings us like unique challenges. And one of these for the Athena aunties are 1, redefining success, letting go of external achievements, and focusing on inner fulfillment. So because Athena aunties are very achievement oriented, they want to get the higher degree, they want to get that promotion, they want to live in that big house, they want to have the most money, they want to have a great retirement account. Since you're all about achievement, because achievement makes you feel accomplished, you probably lack some inner fulfillment, basically meaning that your spiritual aspects may be lacking. 2, another challenge is navigating career transitions. So even though you may have pursued your career because it makes the most money, for example, I have a colleague that I work with. She became a nurse. I asked her, why did you become a nurse? I was expecting her to say, oh, because, I had so-and-so was sick and that really struck a nerve with me, and I want to help people. No, she was like, for the money. And she looked at me like I was a freaking idiot. Like, why else would I become a nurse? And I was thinking, well, because people become nurses because they actually care about people, not necessarily for the money. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not bad to do things for the money. But that's one of the challenges that Athena Auntie archetypes have is how to leverage your wisdom and experience to pursue meaningful work. Not just work that's going to give you the accolades and the accomplishments and the degrees you can put on your wall and the awards you can put on your wall, but something that's really, really meaningful to you. 3, balancing independence and connection. Finding harmony between like self-reliance and building supportive relationships. Athena aunties are very independent because they feel very capable, because they are very accomplished, And when you feel as though or think as though you do not need anyone because you can do it all on your own, it's hard to find that fine line between self-reliance and building supportive relationships. Athena aunties need to get out of their heads and into their bodies. Remember we talked about in the other videos, the Artemis video, we talked about the goddess wheel. Well, opposite on the goddess wheel is Aphrodite. Aphrodite is very much out of her head into the pleasures of experiencing life and the 5 senses. And Athena aunties need to get out of their heads and into their bodies. So whether that's sitting in the sauna or whether that's taking a bubble bath, getting a massage, even sitting out in nature, taking your shoes off, putting your feet in the grass, petting an animal, something that gets you out of your head and into your body. Because if you don't, that's what's going to contribute to your burnout. Your body's going to shut down and make you sit down somewhere so you can experience other things besides accomplishing, doing. It's about being. So when I do the Aphrodite auntie, I want the Athena aunties to really listen in on how to incorporate more aspects of Aphrodite into her life. Aphrodite is also about, love and emotions and feelings, and she loves being in love, and she loves being touched and held and cuddled and making love. And Athena aunties may or may not have time for that because they're so busy accomplishing work, school, doing things. All right, so let's talk about the Athena aunties and movies and TV. So some of the Athena inspired archetypes are Shuri from the Black Panther. And Shuri's very intelligent, very innovative, and her strategic thinking helped T'Challa in whatever he needed to do. Like his outfit, not his outfit, his Black Panther uniform, you want to call it that. She basically tweaked it so it was even better than before. Princess Leia from the Star Wars trilogy and Rise of Skywalker. So Princess Leia's wisdom and leadership also reflects the Athena archetype. She was very independent. If you're a Gen X and later, the original Star Wars that came out in like 1978, Princess Leia was all about, talking back to Darth Vader, her little self, and she was very fiery. She could have found her way out of there if they didn't lock her away in that cell. She was bold. She led Han and Luke pretty much off the Death Star. She wasn't afraid. She was all about strategy. And as the trilogies went on, she became a general. They called her General Ortega. She became a general because she was so wise and because she was so strategic. And of course, she had the Force with her. She was a twin with Luke, so she was really tapped into her intuition. And she didn't mind tapping in. She did not mind tapping in. And I love Princess Leia. She was one of my favorites. I had her doll back in the day. If you're old enough to remember, they had a Princess Leia doll, and I had her doll back in the day. The next one would be Beth Harmon from the Queen's Gambit. She played chess. So her mastery of strategy and intellect is also a great Athena attribute. She was very logical, very strategic, very much in her head. She was straight faced. I don't want to call her unemotional, but she was all about the strategy. I don't know if you remember Evelyn Wang from Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was what is that actress name? She won the Oscar for that role. Her ability to navigate complex challenges with wisdom and determination. So she had a very complex relationship with her daughter, and she was trying to keep her business alive, the family business alive, and she was also one of her loves of her life from her past before she got married came back, and she was trying to navigate who she was, what was happening in her reality now. It reminded me of the Matrix. It reminded me of a very Asian Matrix. It's like she was going through different versions of herself in different levels of reality, and she had to navigate all of those and to try to get back to her daughter and have a good relationship with her daughter and her current husband, even though her love from her last life came back in and was very tempting. So that is the Athena Auntie archetype. And I would like to hear from you. As a midlife Athena Auntie, how can you apply some of these strategies? Like areas where you need more courage or wisdom or even strategy. Share your thoughts below. And if you are enjoying this series, check out the other 2 videos I posted on the Auntie Archetypes. It was Hera. She was all about her man and her family, and the hostess with the mostess. And she loved big, powerful men. And the Artemis Auntie Archetype, the wild one. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode. And until next time, thank you for joining me as I do this series. I want to wish you guys happy holidays. I know it's all after the fact. Happy New Year. And remember, midlife isn't the end of the story. It's just the beginning of a powerful new chapter. So as an Athena Auntie, let this archetype guide you as you step boldly into the next phase of your life. So happy New Year again. And until next time, stay wise, stay courageous, and stay connected to your inner Auntie Goddess. Bye for now.